Most people already know one thing about castor oil. It helps you go. That part is not folklore and it is not a natural health rumor. It is one of the only laxatives on the entire market that carries actual FDA recognition as a treatment for occasional constipation. But here is what almost nobody explains, and it is the part that actually matters if you deal with this regularly. Constipation is rarely just one problem on its own. It shows up with three other things attached to it: bloating, slow digestion, and that trapped, crampy gas that makes you feel like your stomach is working against you. Most people treat these as four separate annoyances. They are not. They come from the exact same root cause. And once you understand that root cause, you understand why castor oil works on all four at once, not just the one everybody already knows about. Here's the disagreement you run into the second you search this online. One side will tell you castor oil is a miracle detox that flushes your entire system and fixes your gut completely. The other side will tell you it is just a rough, old-fashioned laxative that you should avoid because it is harsh on your body. Both are exaggerating, and here is the honest middle nobody gives you. Castor oil does not detox anything, but the actual mechanism behind why it works was only discovered in a lab a little over a decade ago, published in one of the most respected scientific journals in the world, and it explains a lot more than just why you go to the bathroom. It explains why your whole gut slows down as you get older, and exactly where castor oil fits into fixing that and where it does not. Number 1, constipation and the receptor that started this whole conversation. This is the part most people already sort of know. They just cannot explain why it works. Castor oil breaks down in your small intestine into something called ricinoleic acid. That compound locks onto a specific target called the EP3 receptor. It sits right on the smooth muscle of your intestinal wall. When ricinoleic acid activates that receptor, the muscle contracts in a wave. That wave pushes everything forward. This is not a theory. Researchers proved it directly. They tested mice bred without that receptor. Those mice did not respond to castor oil at all. No receptor, no effect. That is clear evidence for a remedy this old. It is exactly why the FDA recognizes castor oil as an approved short-term treatment for occasional constipation. Almost no other natural remedy can claim that. But that same muscle contraction explains something people rarely connect to constipation at all. Number 2, slow digestion and the part of your gut that quietly wears down with age. Here is something worth knowing if your digestion has slowed down over the years. It is not just in your head. Your intestines contain special pacemaker cells. They are called interstitial cells of Kagel. These cells send the electrical signal that tells your gut muscles when to contract. Research shows these pacemaker cells decline in number as we age. The nerve cells that support them decline too. Fewer pacemaker cells means a weaker signal. A weaker signal means slower digestion overall. Not everyone experiences this the same way. Some researchers point out that slow digestion is common with age, but not guaranteed for every person. Still, when it does happen, castor oil's direct action on the EP3 receptor gives your gut muscle a strong outside push. It stands in for a signal that may have quietly gotten weaker over time. There is a third piece connected to this. It might be the one bothering you the most right now. Number 3, bloating and what happens when things move too slowly. When digestion slows down, whatever is left in your gut sits there longer than it should. Bacteria in your gut ferment that leftover material. Fermentation produces gas. The longer things sit, the more gas builds up. And the more your stomach visibly stretches and swells. This is simple mechanics, not mystery. Castor oil does not target bloating directly. It targets the slow transit that causes it. By speeding up that wave of muscle contraction, it shortens the time bacteria have to sit and ferment. That is often enough to bring real relief within a day or two. Once that gas has less time to build up, one more symptom tends to ease along with it. Number 4, trapped gas and cramping and the pain signal underneath it. Gas that cannot move creates pressure. Pressure on the wall of your intestine triggers pain receptors. Ricinoleic acid has anti-inflammatory activity on tissue. It appears to calm pain signals on top of simply clearing the gas faster through better motility. So this is not 4 separate remedies working by coincidence. It is one mechanism. The EP3 receptor and the muscle wave it triggers show up as relief for 4 connected symptoms. All 4 trace back to the same slow transit problem. Now here is exactly how to use this the right way. Dosing matters more with castor oil than with almost anything else on this channel. The FDA-recognized dose for adults is 1 to 2 tablespoons, taken by mouth on an empty stomach. Effects usually begin within 2 to 6 hours, so timing matters. Many people prefer taking it in the early morning if they want relief that same day, rather than right before bed. This is meant for short-term occasional use, not a daily habit. If you deal with constipation most days of the week, mention that to your doctor instead of reaching for this again and again. Mixing it with a small amount of juice can help mask the taste, since castor oil on its own is thick and unpleasant for most people. Stay near a bathroom for the first several hours after taking it. If you want a full breakdown of dosing by body weight, what to do if it does not work the first time, and the exact timing chart we use ourselves, that is in the downloadable guide on our Patreon. Link is in the description and pinned in the comments. If these videos have helped you, supporting us there for even a few dollars a month keeps the research going and keeps us making more of them. It really does help. If you have dealt with bloating, slow digestion, or that trapped, crampy feeling for years and just assumed it was permanent, I would look at the transit problem underneath it first.